are you prepared to make? Let's have that conversation here on the Super Morning Show. My name is Winston Amwa. Always a pleasure to serve you breakfast. But this morning, I want us to have a conversation about health. And the Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Grace Ayensu-Dankwa, says emergency care failures are unacceptable as she condemns Ghana's emergency healthcare failures, saying delays and refusals of care are costing lives, stressing that pre-hospital care is the most critical stage, with decisions made within the first 60 minutes after a traumatic injury determining survival. Now, she was speaking at the Joy News National Dialogue on emergency healthcare. We'll get into it more here on the Super Morning Show. And the Ghana Meteo Agency is warning us of what could happen. Now they warn of thunderstorms, flood risk as rainstorm spreads across southern Ghana. Okay, so what should you do this morning? Stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. We'll tell you the areas most likely to be affected. So let's get interactive this morning. You know, as always, we do the show with you. So get onto X, use the hashtag JoySMS. Then on WhatsApp, 055-1111-997. This morning, also the team from Roverman Productions will be joining us. But coming up, there's the news at 6.
He paid the debt. He did not owe. I owe the debt. I could not pay. I needed someone to wash my sins away. Now I can sing a praise song, amazing grace. Lord Jesus paid the debt that I could never pay. Oh yeah, He paid the debt. He did not owe. I owe the debt. I could not pay. I needed someone to wash my sins away. Now I can sing a brand new song, amazing grace. Lord Jesus paid the debt that I could never pay.
Hello and welcome to the news at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM here in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates. We are also live on myjoyonline.com, on X Spaces, YouTube, and on Facebook. Coming up, Ghana to implement free visa policy for all African citizens from the 25th of May, as travelers from across the continent will be able to apply for and receive e-visas online at no cost.
So far, we have proposed all the proposals. We must have.
Also, ranking member on Parliament, Trade and Industry, Michael Otrebefi, calls for withdrawal of 1 cedi fuel levy and other petroleum taxes to cushion Ghanaians as prices soar high.
I guess it's a very good call for government to look at not only that particular tax or the levy, but other taxes that government can do withdraw.
Meanwhile, economists says the tax withdrawal can only be a short-term measure.
Because what you have to remember is that if this war drags on for long, the government is losing more revenue. At some point, the government has to find a new source of revenue.
Also, Ministry of Finance debunks accusations of making contract payments on behalf of ministries in the 68 billion arrears audit report without full disclosure to the MDAs.
So the letter which they've sent me a copy, I'll get it printed and I'll tender it in, showing that Ministry of Roads and Highways were copied in the bond issuance. So it was signed by Dr. John Amponte Akuma.
George has the business headlines.
LPG marketers threaten to strike over monopoly of products and high gas prices from a turbo plant development that could affect supplies and even power generation in the country.
We'll bring you details of these stories and more in these headlines. Thanks for choosing Joy News. We are independent, fearless, and credible. I am Hannah Odami. In our first story, President John Mahama has announced beginning the 25th of May, in commemoration of Africa Day, Ghana will implement a free visa policy for all African citizens. Travelers from across the continent will be able to apply for and receive e-visas online at no cost. Speaking during bilateral talks with Zimbabwe's president, he assured the public that effective screening systems are in place to assess applicants and to ensure Ghana's security is not compromised. He added, as a pioneer of Pan-Africanism, Ghana considers it a historic responsibility to stay open and welcoming to fellow Africans. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbagba has more from the Pedrasi Presidential Lodge.
On the second day of his 3-day state visit to Ghana, President John Mahama welcomed Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa to the Pedrasi Lodge. There were bilateral talks which had the tourism minister, the sports minister, the health minister, and other top government officials from both sides present. The bilateral talks culminated in the signing of memoranda of understanding in the areas of health, sports, tourism, and 7 other sectors. President Mahama, in his speech, stated that in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, Ghana is removing inhibitions and barriers for Africans traveling to Ghana. He said measures will be put in place to ensure that the safety of the country and citizens is not compromised.
I'm also pleased to announce that effective 25th May 2026, when we commemorate Africa Day, Ghana will commence a free visa regime for all Africans. Africans traveling to Ghana will receive their e-visas online free of charge. As a cradle of Pan-Africanism, Ghana believes it has historic responsibility to remain open to Africans from across our continent. We're firmly of the view that African governments must accelerate the integration agenda for which Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah toiled and sacrificed.
Maxwell Agbaba brought us that report. The ranking member on Parliament's Trade and Industry Committee, Michael Otrebefi, is calling on government to withdraw not only the 1 cedi levy on fuel, but also other taxes to help cushion Ghanaians from the impact of the ongoing Middle East crisis. His call comes amid fears of a looming cost of living crisis. Transport operators have already signaled possible fare increases. We also know that sachet water producers have also served notice of a potential 50% price hike, development they linked to the tensions in the Middle East. Earlier this week, we heard President Mahama say that government was considering a range of measures to ease the pressure on rising fuel costs on consumers. But speaking on Top Story, Mr. Befi insisted government must act immediately to provide that relief for Ghanaians.
Drive time on Joy.
I think the suggestion that government should consider relieving some of the levies, I think it's a good one. But that will only work in the short term. Because what you have to remember is that if this war drags on for long, the government is losing more revenue. At some point, the government has to find a new source of revenue. So I think it's a very difficult balance. But in the medium term, I think what the government can do, because we are getting windfalls from the higher prices, there's some small room for government to also release some of the levies.
Meanwhile, economist Patrick Sumin says if the war drags on, the suspension could negatively affect government revenue collection.
On this particular one, we went not once, not twice, several at the Ministry of Finance. Even took the additional step to go to Fidelity Bank. Just tell us who you have paid, so we'll update our records. They said no, they were dealing with the Ministry of Finance. And one of which, surprisingly, we would have thought that even if they were paying the list that we sent to them. But this audit reveals that they paid contractors who were not below 2 million. For 35 million were paid without our knowledge. It was this audit that the contractors said that they had been paid.
Were they part of the list you sent?
No.
They were not?
No.
They were not in your books?
They were, of course, we owed them, but they were not part of the 2
what
million,
you sent?
Below 2 million, no. But they were 35 million.
So there's a big deal that Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Roads will have to come together and work on how payments are done.
While the Ministry of Finance has defended payments for contracts awarded in the name of ministries, departments and agencies without full disclosure to the MMDAs. Officers from the Ministry of Roads and Highways, for instance, told the Public Accounts Committee on Wednesday that the payments were made on their blind side, as every effort to get details from the Finance Ministry proved futile. Listen to the Director of Finance at the Ministry of Roads and Highways, Emmanuel Imara, at the Public Accounts Committee.
So the letter which they've sent me a copy, I'll get it printed and I'll tender it in, showing that Ministry of Roads and Highways were copied in the bond issuance. And I'm saying that the copy they've sent me now means that when the bonds are finally issued, so it's not a budget division that issued the bond, but when they are finally issued, they are copied. So so that is for the bonds and what the honourable member is asking.
The copy to the ministry. Who exactly? Which department did the copy goes to?
So this particular one that I have, so they've sent me 3. I'll print it and tender in. So it was signed by Dr. John Amponte-Akuma. It was copied to the Minister of Finance, the Honourable Minister of MRH, Ministry of Roads and Highways. It was copied to Honourable Minister of State, Deputy Minister of Finance, Chief Director, Coordinating Director, TDMD, Bank of Ghana, people who matter.
Well, this year, fewer Ghanaians are traveling, marking a decline from previous years when many Ghanaians traveled across the country to celebrate with their families and friends. Martha Sewa-Boache went to the Circle Neoplan station to find out how citizens are making arrangements for the Easter celebrations. There's more in this report read to you.
It's better than last year. Well, I see this year the patronage has decreased due to the carnival at Gomoa. So the patronage to Kojo has decreased more compared to last year as we experienced. So this year, it's normal. We can't complain. It's good.
What I was saying is that compare this year Easter to last year Easter. You can just take a critical look around. You can see there are cars around, but compared to last year, it was vice versa. There was so many people here, as in passengers looking for car, not finding some. But this year around, there are so many cars around looking for passenger. So it's clear and obvious that people are not celebrating, I will say that way, compared to last year.
I'm going to enjoy myself there. My sister also waiting for me out there. That's the reason I'm going there. I'm going to enjoy myself every year. I do nails and makeup and those kind of things there. Yeah. And I'm going to do it.
Well, still on Easter, let's go to Gomwa, where hundreds of people have flooded the streets there as the maiden Gomwa Easter Carnival kicked off with bonfires blazing ahead of a non-stop music and star-studded performances in the next 4 days. My colleague Collins Frimpong is there and joins me on the line for more details. Collins, are you enjoying yourself?
Hannah, I'm actually enjoying myself. This is the first time I'm experiencing something like this. Yesterday, hundreds of people trooped across the constituency in Gomwa Central. Everyone holding a stick with fire lined up and music all over the place. And we enjoyed ourselves. Today, the show continues. You know, it's a 5-day event. And today we are going to have Samini coming in to headline the event. And also tomorrow we have Sarkodie, the landlord himself, coming in. And on Sunday, right from Sunday dawn to Monday, Shatawali will be taking over.
Wow, looks like you're going to have fun, and we know you'll be bringing us updates in subsequent bulletins. Collins Frimpong reporting from Gomwa there, and that's it for the bulletin at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. The business news comes up next. You can find these stories and more on myjoyonline.com. Enjoy this Good Friday.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. Now, what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open it.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs be dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here. And you book it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say, yeah. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Brush, that's it. That's it.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush your teeth right. Brush your teeth. Brush it from and down. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give their smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
all. We are not just another bank. Whatever you need, you can count and call on us. Only the sick bank. Not just another bank.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega.
When the need is mega.
Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, and Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, which means we can bring you the Joy Business Report brought to us by Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank, and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. George.
Hi.
Good morning.
Winston.
Yeah, George, how's it going?
The grace or God is taking good care of his children.
Still taking good care of his children. You know, we've got life, and that's good.
Yeah. And it's Good Friday, no other day to celebrate, the real reason why we are here.
I am told that the boys started mourning the death of Christ last night.
Yeah, all over the place. They were doing the kingdom business.
So somebody is going to be crucified. Jesus Christ will be crucified today.
Yeah.
Or we mark the crucifixion, not him. Yeah. We mark his crucifixion today.
Yeah.
And boys found reason. To start
the morning.
The morning last night.
Someone like Samuel Dami, was part of it as well. He was part of the boys.
I'm not sure Samuel Dami is part of the kind of
no. He was mourning, privately in a more.
One of the things I like about Easter, when we were growing up, and I grew up in Ho, so. Then
so I'm told it's a very interesting place when it comes to the Easter celebrations.
On Sunday, you hear F4. F4 means that he's risen. F4, and the whole place. Then in Mali Estate, where I grew up, it was fun. It was exciting. I know that today a lot of boys is just another day, but like I asked in the morning, if you are a Christian, the crucifixion of Christ means a lot to you. It is how you get your salvation. And if Christ sacrificed that we will be saved, what are you doing? I know it's one thing we don't like talking about, sacrifices. But what are we prepared to do? What are we prepared to sacrifice?
And I ask this question because what are we prepared to sacrifice for our country? The famous ask what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you, should guide us. What are we prepared to even do within our community, our Christian community? You know, my late father, whenever he talked about fairness, that fairness is only preached but not practiced, would joke that if you like, go and ask your pastor. When he buys a brand new car, go and tell him that he should give you his brand new Mercedes Benz. So you take your wife to the hospital, he'll give you money for for taxi. But what are you prepared to sacrifice?
Yeah.
What are you prepared to sacrifice? It's a conversation I want us to have. It's something we don't talk about the most. We don't talk about, sometimes even not at all. What are you prepared to sacrifice for your brother, sister, and most importantly, your community and your country? It's something we have to talk about. And we'll talk about that this morning here on the Super Morning Show, okay? That's something we're going to be talking about. But of course, we're also going to be talking more about Ghana's emergency care crisis. You know, we had the thought leadership yesterday. We'll bring you excerpts of that and delve into it. Because, George, you know, my concern with all of this is the fact that you don't know what could happen to you.
Yeah.
The last time I was sick and I went to the hospital, you know, I went to the hospital in well, you know, one of these online I mean, we called somebody, and then because I was weak, I couldn't drive myself, and my wife was helping me. I got to work. And they brought a wheelchair, carried me on a wheelchair. Look, when I was in there, and they're trying to give me how to give me
or whatever.
So is it IV? What I was called it? Yeah. They couldn't even find my veins, Charlie. And at that point in time, okay, when I saw my wife and as a nurse saying, "Let me help," it actually taught me something. Now, this is somebody whose husband is terribly ill, but then says, "Okay, hold on. I think I can help. I can do this. You're struggling to find it. Let's do it this way." But I asked myself, what if when I got to the hospital, there was nobody there? Because that day, Fifi Kumson was driving to work, called my phone, and I was in a hospital bed. What if I got there and there was nobody to take care of me and I was asked to go back? I am not sure I would have survived getting back home. You see? And that is why I say this all the time. I'm passionate about this because I don't know. It could happen to any of us.
Yeah.
And in today's Ghana, not a single person should lose his or her life because you went to the hospital and you're asked to go back home. We'll get into all of this here on the Super Morning Show. As always, you know, we do the show with you. And so, you know, you can always give us a call. Send us a message on WhatsApp. Use the WhatsApp 05511119997. And then on X, use the hashtag JoySMS. Coming up is the Joy Business Report. But before then, who gets the trumpet?
Let's give it to our fellow Christians celebrating the Good Friday today. Let it be a deeper reflection of your life. Let it be meaningful. The death of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Great. So to all Christians marking the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ,
trumpet. Good morning and welcome to the Good Friday edition of the Joy Business Report. Coming up, LPG marketers threaten strike over product monopoly and high gas prices from a turbo plant development which could affect supplies to the southern part of Ghana and power production. Banks commence interest rate review following the marginal drop in the Ghana reference rate. And in our business journal this morning, we highlight the expectations of tenants ahead of a new rent act aimed at regulating the housing industry. My name is George Wiafe. Let's now settle for the details. LPG marketers are threatening to ground trucks and stop lifting product from their turbo processing plant in the western region. There is more in the following report.
The move by the LPG marketers has been influenced by a serious price disparity in supplies from the Atuabo gas processing plant, which services the southern part of the country. This is because Sage Petroleum, a bulk LPG distributor that currently has a monopoly over the gas from the plant, is pricing its product significantly higher than all the other plants in the country. The marketers, in a letter to the National Petroleum Authority, are urging the regulator to move quickly and address their concerns. Otherwise, they say they will be left with no option but to ground their trucks during this holiday season and even beyond. This could affect the supply of LPG to part of the western region and Kumasi. The development may also have wider implications than initially thought, as it could threaten the country's gas infrastructure and, if prolonged, even affect power supply nationwide.
And that is a Business Desk report. Now, commercial banks have started reducing their interest rates on loans extended to their clients. This is in line with the marginal drop in the Ghana reference rate. It has actually come down from 11.7% to 10% for this month. The development has seen average lending rate drop to about 14% for some banks. John Ewa, a chief executive of the Ghana Association of Banks.
Yeah, a repricing of facilities are mostly driven by the loan covenants that customers would have sanctioned or signed with their banks. There are loans that reprice periodically, so in spite of market movements, if the repricing window is not up yet, then you wouldn't see any movement. But what we can say for sure is that for any new facilities, definitely to assume the character of the Ghana reference rate, which is the key benchmark for pricing of facilities.
John Ewa is Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks. Still on the banking sector, GCB Bank Managing Director Farhan Alassan is optimistic of some drastic drop in the non-performing loans in the coming months. This is due to the continuous reduction in lending rates over the past months. The Bank of Ghana in recent times has raised concerns about the high levels of debt and the possibility of affecting the existence of some commercial banks. But speaking on PM Express Business Edition, Mr. Larson noted that things should be turning around very soon.
Your customers were taking loans at 42% and now we're taking loans at 11-12%. So on the contrary, my belief is that what we see in the industry as a systemic NPL issue is a function of what happened a couple of years ago. I don't think banks will be that reckless to just take a reckless credit decision, knowing very well it's going to come back at them in a few years to come. The underwriting standards in most of the banks are quite robust. They go through rigid credit assessment, but if the economy is not good, it is not good.
Managing Director of GCB Bank Ghana, Farhan Alassan. The Bank of Ghana is stepping up efforts to curb fraud in the mobile money space. Acting Head of FinTech and Innovations, Elhan Orekwasari, says that the central bank will commence strengthening regulations to safeguard the system. He spoke at the FinTech Partners Exchange Program in Accra.
It's important that we appreciate the contribution of mobile money. I've had opportunity to see the growth up to this stage. We are at a point where we need to protect what we've built together. Banks, the fintech industry, with the support of the regulator, we need to protect it.
And that is the acting head of FinTech and Innovations at the Bank of Ghana, Elhan Orekwasari. Now, technologies giant MTN has announced that it has finally separated its mobile money business from its fold. The move is in line with plans to scale its fintech operations and comply with localization requirements. The announcement was captured in a circular issued on the Ghana Stock Exchange to investors. It is post the separation, MTN Mobile Money is now merged with its operations with an entity that will create in taking over the company called the Mobile Money Fintech, which is also supposed to act as the owner of the mobile money business. Now, renting for many people is a major headache, especially in developing countries like Ghana. That is why the new Rent Act that is help better regulate the industry has brought a lot of excitement to some tenants in the capital. In our business journal, we highlight some of these concerns.
Concerns are mounting among tenants over the practice of demanding more than a year's rent in advance, which many say is taking a heavy toll on their finances. These concerns come at a time when Cabinet has approved a new rent bill aimed at reforming Ghana's rental housing sector. Tenants say exorbitant rent charges, among others, forces them to exhaust their savings simply to secure accommodation.
This 2 years rent is too much. You understand? Some people are selling pure water, some people are hawking. How can they afford 2 years straight up? So government should look into it. If 3 months, if possible monthly or 6 months, at least it will help people.
The landlord or landwoman, they have to take it by 1 month to 6 months. That one is okay, because or 6 months to 1 year, it be okay. Because if you do a small job, you can't get 2 years rent.
Now they say the rent for a chamber house self-contained, some 10,000 Ghana, some 500. So what can a small boy at the graduate where he can get 1,000 Ghana for 2 years? How?
In response to these concerns, the Public Relations Officer of the Rent Control Department, Emmanuel Posu, has outlined key areas the proposed rent bill seeks to address. He explained that the existing Rent Act of 1963 is outmoded and does not deal with the current challenges as highlighted by some tenants.
We are proposing an independent assessment committee. People have the notion that rent officers alone cannot do the job. So now let's form a committee which will comprise landlords, a rep of landlords association, a rep of tenants association, any developer or surveyor within a district. It's going to be a district by district assessment committees, so that all these professionals will meet as and when to determine the rent that the tenant will pay. The most important thing is that the 1963 law is outmoded, and there are features or new features in the rental industry, which we have to move with time.
One controversial provision in the proposed bill is the criminalization of both landlords and tenants who engage in illegal rent advance agreements. Although many tenants are not in favor of this, the Rent Control Department are of the view that strict sanctions, including fines and other penalties, will discourage collusion and strengthen compliance.
We are capping it from monthly up to a maximum of 1 year. If you, the tenant, go to pay more than 2 years, you contravene the law. And if the landlord collects more than that stipulated amount or duration, the landlord also commit an offense against the law.
With Parliament expected to consider the bill in the coming months, many tenants are hopeful the proposed bill will bring lasting relief to Ghana's strained rental housing market. But in all of these, enforcement will be key. For Joy Business, Sarah Etiemo's report read to you.
And that is our special feature on the housing industry for our business journal this morning. To the commodity market, crude oil on the international market is still rising, selling this morning at $109 a barrel. Gold edged up marginally to $4,676 an ounce. Cocoa is going down, trading this morning at $3,243, that is a ton. On the currency market, the dollar is going for 11 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. That is this morning. That is the rate some of the major commercial banks are offering to their clients. The British pound is going for 14 Ghana cedis, 73 pesos. That of the euro is trading at 12 Ghana cedis, 78 pesos. The forex bureaus, on the other hand, are selling a dollar at 11 Ghana cedis 90 pesos. And that's all for the Good Friday edition of the Joy Business Report, brought to you by your humble servant, George Yafi.
Thank you very much, humble servant George Yafi. Because our inspirational song today, Blood, what about Eddie James and Fresh Wine Music? Okay, that's what the team there gave us. Let's see. Maybe, let's enjoy this one. Let's enjoy this one.
John the Baptist to the offering of bulls and lambs. Only one blood could satisfy, is the blood of the great I am. Though the cry of Abel's blood, whom Cain slew, can't be heard, the mediator of the new covenant has a blood that speaks a better word. If it wasn't for the blood that was shed on a tree, if it wasn't for the blood on the cross at Calvary, where would I be if it wasn't for the blood that was shed on a tree? If it wasn't for the blood on the cross of Calvary, that for me, where would I be? Blood. God brought Israel out of Egypt. Pharaoh couldn't hold them no more. Israel ate a lamb and took the blood and put it on the post of the door. That blood covered and it kept him safe from the death angel in the land. But there's a Passover that's greater, with the blood of the Son of Man. If it wasn't that was shed on a tree, if it wasn't for the blood on the cross of Calvary, that atonement for me, where would
if it wasn't for the blood, where would we be? That's our inspirational song this morning here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Good Friday. Kwekwa Asante.
Good Friday. It is looking very good also.
It's looking good. I love Fridays.
Little traffic in town, holiday, man. It's already setting up for a very, very, very super fantastic Friday, Wednesday.
Kwekwa Asante.
Yes.
Young man with lots of energy. The great alumnus of Ben School.
Of the great Ben School, yes.
Benkum Secondary School.
The great Ben School, founded in 1949. Latte Kuyapem.
Oh,
yes,
great.
That place is Little New York. Around this time, it's so cold.
We can't hear you.
So cold, so calm. I mean, it's one of the best places to be. Yes, so we need more resources to go there. Let's change the.
Which year did you finish?
Oh, by the way, if I say this on the radio, people will see me and they will not even greet me. They will say I'm too small. Oh, I beg you. I beg you.
Oh, see, you raised a point.
Yeah.
In Ghana, we always would want. I mean, the respect we give to people is always dependent, mostly, on the age.
Yeah.
Okay, but why should that be the case?
Yeah. They would look at you and say, "Oh, no, this guy is a small boy."
If I finished secondary school 25 years ago, I should be able to say it.
Winston, 25 years ago.
Yes.
What?
Yes, 25 years ago I finished secondary school.
If I start doing the math and I started adding my age, challenge, I'm like, I was such a baby at the time.
What? That's all well and good. But let's continue then, because a Drive Safe campaign brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance Solid Protection. You know, my advice to you on Fridays, because I know that, in fact, many of you started enjoying last night, pretending to be mourning the death of Christ. Yes, I say pretending, because that's what many of you have been doing. And then, they just will enjoy. So never force fuel beyond the first click. So what you see, when you're filling your tank and you hear that sound, it means it's done. Overfilling can cause spills, vapor release, fire risk, and damage to your vehicle's fuel system. Safe refueling is smart refueling. Coma cares about your safety, which means we can learn how to say it right this morning. It's brought to us by Kingdom Books at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done. You say either. I say either.
Okay, quick question.
Yeah.
So today's word, CRUCIFIXION, meaning the act of crucifying someone.
Crucifixion.
Come again.
Crucifixion.
Okay. Crucifixion.
Yeah.
There's a k there.
Crucifixion.
Yes.
Right,
Crucifixion.
yeah.
But I know that in a haste to pronounce, we normally would just say crucifixion, but it's crucifixion.
Okay.
Okay. And that is how you say it right. Great, so let's get into before we get into the newspapers, let me tell you about the SG Bank mega loans.
Yes.
From Yatisu.
Nice.
Yatisubium. Yasana Tisu promos. Societe Generale Ghana is here with the mega loans promo with even lower and more competitive rates. With SG Ghana's mega loans promo, salaried workers of SG Ghana listed companies, pensioners, and eligible customers can access support for personal needs, family commitments, home projects, and more. So from now to July 2026, apply and enjoy big loans at small rates. Yes, very low rates and a fast, hassle-free process that helps you to get moving sooner. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302-214-3144. More details about the SG Ghana Mega Loans promo today. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
So listen, now if you want to buy books, all the other essential equipment and furniture, listen, you don't have to walk into a Kingdom's Book Stationery Limited. Your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices, has now introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging into www.kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of our branches. It is hassle-free. We'll arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. We offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via mobile money across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is a hallmark.
Great, so let's get into the newspaper review, which would be added to the online news review, because the newspapers are on a break. Oh, don't we all love Ghana? The newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tanker, you're stronger, you're tough. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Happy Smile Style, your quality and affordable fuel for all. And Enterprise Insurance, your advantage, which means we can go online. The online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
So managing your church or ministry requires a banking partner that truly understands your mission. Zenith Bank introduces the Zenith Church Premium Account, a tailored financial solution for churches and ministries. Enjoy free Sunday cash pickups, loans at concessionary rates, full cash management services, and expert investment advice for your ministry's growth. Let Zenith Bank handle your church's finances while you focus on transforming lives. Sign up for the Zenith Church Premium Account today or talk to us 0542 000111 or 0302 680 884 or visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. MyJoyOnline.com, emergency care failures unacceptable. Deputy Minister speaking there yesterday. That big Joy FM, Joy News Thought Leadership Series, very big event with a lot of interesting thoughts. So treatment can start in a taxi. That is the deputy director at the Komfo Teaching Hospital speaking, and is slamming the unacceptable rejection of emergency patients. And then Ghana's emergency care crisis. Dr. Esiedu Sapon calls for preventative approach to healthcare reforms. One of NASA's Artemis 2 astronauts, Christiana Koch, once stated at the University of Ghana. An interesting story also on myjournal.com. And then Ghana's emergency system now not equipped for current demands. That is the president of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. So there's a lot of stories on this dialogue on Joy FM on myjournal.com. If you missed out, just go there and read all the story, including a playback of the entire episode.
Okay, let's get to citynewsroom.com for this morning and find out stories. It says Ghana to introduce free visa policy for Africans. That's according to President John Dramani Mahama. That's a good initiative, long overdue. Ghana and Zimbabwe sign 11 MOUs to boost bilateral cooperation. Sachet water producers justify price hike, so they are increasing it. And 2 MPs recommend 65 as maximum age for parliamentary aspirants. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? The fact that what do you make of that?
I mean, it's not going to fly, obviously, because these are people that are averse to any idea of a term limit. If you put it at 65, at 65 now, you essentially take out about 50-40 people in parliament now, and they're not going to allow it. I think at the heart of it, I think I like the idea that what I would rather prefer is term limits instead of age limit, because if you look at in politics, 65 is such a prime age. For a lot of people in politics, ordinarily in this part of our world, 65 is a lot of people who are now getting into their prime, hitting their proper prime in politics. Because normally you get into politics real proper from the full sojarism about 55, almost 60. That is unfortunately how it is. Very few people get a break, like people like Abu Jinapo and Co, who get it at 40, 45, but most people 50 are not getting into parliament. So instead of 65 limiting, say that you cannot come into parliament because you're 65, maybe term limits, 3 terms, 4 terms, so that at the time where you are more experienced, you've done a lot of things in public service or elsewhere, then you come into parliament and contribute your quota. If you look at America, look at people like Nancy Pelosi, they're in their 80s. If you are still sharp mentally, there's no problem. You should be able to come in.
So if you're sharp mentally and you can do that, if the qualification for becoming president of the republic is being a member of parliament, are we suggesting also that if you're past 65, you cannot run for president?
Exactly. So those are also concerns.
But you see, at some point, we can actually agree without legislating.
Yes.
That when you reach a certain age, oh boy, relax.
It's time to bow out a little bit.
Relax.
To take over.
There are people who go to parliament. You can see they are old.
Yeah. Some of them is like their retirement package. They go in there to try and relax and catch something. And go and sleep.
I don't have his permission to mention his name, so I wouldn't mention it. But I met a former member of parliament, and he actually told me that, Charlie, the best time to go to parliament is when you are in your 30s and 40s, because by your 50s you cannot be running around like that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in your 30s, you don't have most people don't have the resources to be able to enter parliament. The recent CDD survey, the data points to about $600,000. Look at me, I'm not getting that. So it means you're going to look at dark sources or perhaps go to some godfathers and other people to raise the money for you. So for a lot of people, 30, 35, 40, when they are hitting their prime, they don't have that amount of money. They can't get it.
Yeah, but you see, it is true.
Yeah.
And as one who monitored the country's politics over a long period of time, since 1992, I know that if you don't have money, you can't get in there. But there are people who have entered parliament without their own funds. And you see, I also understand the problem with godfathers and sponsors and their expectations from you.
Yes.
But if people truly believe in you, there are some people who genuinely support you without the expectation of you being corrupt or anything. And there are those who will just be happy. And look, there are those who are happy that, you'll be a very good parliamentarian. Let's help you go to parliament.
Yeah.
It's about time we thought about that. It's about time we thought about people who would go to parliament to to make sure that they are actually going to check the executive.
Yeah.
And are not going to parliament because their expectation is that if they get to parliament, they'll catch the president's eye to appoint them as minister.
And it's one of the reasons why we need to take the constitutional amendment process seriously, to decouple parliament from the executive. It's one of the things that will strengthen parliament. Then so many people will not enter parliament again.
In fact,
as a stepping stone.
The sad aspect of the justification for the justification in having members of parliament as ministers is the fact that some time ago a government's budget was rejected by parliament.
Yeah, but
that should be. I mean, if it's not a good budget,
it's not a good budget.
Rejected.
Yeah. So the idea that because you don't have your own MPs and ministers, your ministers serving as MPs, then you can get. I mean, at some point, Kenoforiate's budget was rejected. We saw the issues that came with it. But the majority of MPs were there as ministers. So it's not a very good. It's not a tenable argument. It's just tennis. People stretching the argument. We need a strong parliament. The parliament we have now. Look at what we are seeing on Public Accounts Committee, where people are even. It's almost like we are trying to defend. We are trying to mudsling.
Look,
it's too much.
I think I have this article there.
Yeah.
Let me look for the article for you quickly.
Brilliant.
An article written by Al-Hassan Suhini and Dauda. Okay, so I'm just trying to get to. I think I've saved it on my phone, but I'm just trying to find it again. I'll just get it again for you.
Al-Hassan Suhini, the member of parliament.
Yes, and another person. They wrote this thing on Public Accounts Committee in Parliament, Ghana's Public Accounts Committee. I just will read a bit of it, okay, for you, and you'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Okay, what they found out, Public Accounts Committee. Okay. I think I can get that. Okay, I've got that. It's here. I got that. It's here. Okay. So this is by Dauda Al-Hassan Suhini and Joseph Nchibu Esiako. This is the study sought to understand the work of the park with a focus on the challenges hindering the park to perform its function in ensuring efficient public financial management. Employing a qualitative research approach, the study found that the challenges of park were late submission of audit reports, which has changed largely now, a dysfunctional follow-up regime, extreme partisanship of the members of the committee, and inadequate technical support to analyze audit reports.
Normally, these are things you'd see right on the TV, some of these gaps. I mean, the partisanship is so obvious for everybody to see. And the other, obviously, a lot of people, some of them do not even understand the intricacies of the audit documents they are working on. That is also there. And all the other challenges that come with it. You have James Kluchaviji telling you when he was chairman for 8 years, for greater part of the 8 years, recommendations for people to be prosecuted were never sent to the Attorney General's Department. In fact, in the last 10-20 years, no one has been prosecuted because of any infraction that went to the Auditor General's report. It's almost like it's become a rite of passage. The Auditor General report will come. We have to sit on TV, prime national TV, prime time, very expensive prime time on TV, and discuss a lot of the issues, raise your blood pressure up, get angry at, hey, this is what we are doing, public resources, and then we continue next year.
And that's the reason I agree that we need to take a second look at this whole minister. I mean, look, nobody, no member of parliament has any business. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay. So you know, the whole concept of the principal agent theory is that the agents would act on behalf of the principal, right? And they would account to the principal. Okay. So in accountability, you're providing a forum where you answer questions based on your stewardship. Now, watch this critically. In Ghana, we vote members of parliament to go and act as the principal and check the executive. Then the members of parliament decide that they must be agents also. In addition to being principals. So the same person is here, he's there. How do you expect him to check himself? So imagine if the speaker had accepted to chair the National Health Insurance Authority board.
Oh, there was such a proposal?
Oh, you've forgotten that Alban Suman Kingsford Backbin said he rejected that.
Wow.
If he had chaired that board, how would Parliament,
with all the health insurance allocation formula and everything coming to Parliament, what is that?
And then a Speaker of Parliament.
I mean, who even thought that was a good idea?
Who thought it was a good idea? Well, that's what was offered to him. And so members of parliament have no business also serving on boards.
Yeah.
They have no business near the executive.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when a Bank of Ghana issue came up, and then I saw Adongo, who just about 2 years ago was such a thorn in the ass, excuse my French, of the Bank of Ghana. And now very vocal in defending the bank because he's a board member, So, and I see it every day when you are sitting up there. They have very little genuine efforts to try and probe into issues because of all the conflicts that have.
It's the reason at some point the age limit becomes a challenge when it comes to this, the maximum age, because for somebody who may have done well, is okay. He's going there and is not thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah,
he can say, "Well, I'm not interested in this. Let's get the right things done." Because you're a young man. If I take you to Parliament, for instance, if we funded your parliamentary journey and you went to Parliament, you'll be thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe you will think about tomorrow and say, well, what is going to happen to me if I can't get anything? So that's something that we should look at. But for starters, let's make sure, for a start, let's make sure that we don't, members of Parliament should engage in parliamentary oversight.
Wisdom, at what age did your father leave Parliament?
60.
60. I mean, look, that was his prime. Well, that's interesting. But anyway, Wisdom, let me do this story on myjournal.com on our Thought Leadership series yesterday. The Deputy Health Minister for Health, the Deputy Health Minister and Member of Parliament for Isikado Ketan, Dr. Grace Ayensu Danko, has described failures in Ghana's emergency healthcare system as unacceptable, warning that delays and refusals of care are putting lives at risk. Speaking during a Joy News national dialogue on Ghana's emergency care crisis yesterday, Dr. Ayensu Danko said the incidents of delayed or denied care are not isolated and reflect deeper systemic challenges. I quote, "This is not the first time something like this has happened in Ghana. The issue has many tentacles," she stated while referring to a case of the hit and run victim. And subsequent to that, we heard from the government. The government indicated that doctors or health facilities cannot turn away patients, particularly the public health facilities. And then a week or so after that, we saw pictures from Kolebu with patients lying on the floor because now they say you can't turn them away. So on one hand, I agree with the directives, treat patients. The idea that a patient in an ambulance dying, that doctors will refuse to even try and stabilize that person because they see there's no bed, it sounds so evil in my ears. And maybe it's just me. The idea that you will not even attend to the person is bad enough, and that you wait for the person to die, then the doctor will come out and certify that the person is dead. There's space in a mortuary, go and put him there. It's incredible. But on the other hand, we have our health professionals stretched. They are very much stretched. Our facilities do not have enough facilities. People are going to hospitals and they are not getting beds. And the beds, we're not just talking about a mattress on some wooden plank. The bed is axiomatic for the entirety of the system that will enable that patient be taken care of. So you must ensure that we do that. If you can find money for all sort of things in this country, but we can't find money to, every time I drive past Kolebu and I see the surgery facility, so if you are holding this, you see this building, how does it even inspire confidence in you? Because of course, when the politicians are sick, they'll just go to the bank hospital, which is much luxurious. So we don't see the same thing. Look at UGMC. So let's do better.
The thing is that when it really matters,
they'll take you to Kolebu.
Yes,
they'll take you there.
Let's make Kolebu a better place. Yes. It means we can go for the BBC News now. It's brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, and Glyco. We cushion you for life.
Why is basic income being debated? The Inquiry. To listen, search BBC The Inquiry online or wherever you get your BBC podcasts. Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
Today, we meet the Irish entrepreneur aiming to build one of the world's largest drone delivery companies. Bobby Healy tells us how growing up with very little has shaped his approach to business and why he wants to take on one of the most strictly regulated industries on the planet.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up on the BBC World Service, The Interview. Conversations with the people shaping our world with me, BBC Science Editor Rebecca Morrell. For this episode, Tim Peake and I speak to Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen as he and the Artemis 2 crew prepare for the first crewed mission to the moon in over half a century.
We'll fly around the moon and look back at the planet in the background of a lunar foreground, which I think will be an extraordinary human experience. And I hope humanity will stop for a moment when 4 humans are on the far side of the moon and just look at some of the imagery that we are sharing and just be reminded that we can do a better job as humans of just lifting each other up, not destroying, but creating together. I know Artemis 2 is not going to fix it. I'm realistic about that. But at least if we can be reminded of what's possible in a time like this, I hope that humanity will pause for a moment.
Jeremy Hansen. Hear more on the interview after the news.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. President Trump has threatened to wreak ever greater destruction on Iran unless its leaders do, as he put it, what they know they have to do. His warning came just hours after experts on international law published an open letter warning of serious violations by the US, Israel and Iran. From Jerusalem, here's Yolanda Nell.
The US and Israel have stepped up their attacks on Iran's infrastructure. Iranian state media say many people were picnicking near the B-1 suspension bridge for the end of the Persian New Year holidays when it was hit by US warplanes. In a post on his Truth Social platform, President Trump wrote, "Much more to follow," and later suggested electric power plants could be next. Iran has continued to show its ability to strike its neighbours overnight. A drone attack on Kuwait's national oil company is said to have caused several fires. An Iranian missile with a cluster warhead was fired at central Israel, damaging property at a number of sites, but with no reports of injuries.
The war in Iran is continuing to damage economies around the world. Bangladesh has become the latest country to cut office hours to preserve fuel stocks. Sierra Leone has announced subsidies on fuel as it seeks to shield its population. In Pakistan, however, the government has raised petrol prices by over 40% and high-speed diesel by more than 50% overnight. From Islamabad, here's Caroline Davis.
The price hike was announced in a national address broadcast. Pakistan's petrol minister warned that the government had limited resources and there was currently no end in sight to the war. Pakistan is highly dependent on imported oil, mainly from Saudi Arabia and the UAE through the Strait of Hormuz. There will be some subsidies for certain users, including motorcyclists, small farmers and food transporters. But there are still concerns about the impact such a dramatic increase in prices will have on inflation.
The Burmese parliament has chosen Myanmar's new president, General Min Aung Hlaing. He's the man who led the coup that overthrew Aung San Suu Kyi 5 years ago, but who has now stepped down as head of the military. His transition follows recent elections widely criticised as a sham. The general hopes his presidency will give his regime a veneer of respectability, at least to supporters such as China. Jonathan Head is our Southeast Asia correspondent.
Millions of people have already been displaced from their homes and the economy is in ruins, compounded now by the acute fuel shortages caused by the war in Iran. But the armed forces have a poor record of running the economy. 15 years ago, a then military regime in Myanmar did embark on a transition to democratic rule, resulting in the election of Aung San Suu Kyi and her party to government. In the grim conditions prevailing today, there's little hope that that kind of transition could happen again.
Jonathan Head reporting. World News from the BBC. The military leader of Burkina Faso has told his people to forget about democracy. In an interview broadcast on national television, Captain Ibrahim Traoré said he had no plans to hold elections, despite having promised to transition back to democratic rule when he seized power 4 years ago. State media in Pyongyang says a ceremony to bury the remains of North Korean soldiers killed fighting for Russia against Ukraine will be held later this month. It'll take place in a mausoleum that's still under construction. The government in Cuba says it will release more than 2,000 prisoners as a humanitarian gesture to mark Easter. It's the second amnesty of a year in which the island has come under growing pressure from the United States, which has been mounting a fuel blockade. That was eased this week to allow a Russian tanker to dock. The commanding astronaut on board the Orion spacecraft has been describing the spectacular views his crew have had of our planet as they speed away towards the moon. Reed Wiseman said they'd seen the entire globe from pole to pole, a sight that had paused the four of them. He was speaking after the Artemis mission had left Earth's orbit, having successfully completed the critical engine burn that's now propelling the spacecraft on its journey. Palab Ghosh reports from Florida.
As Orion surges into deep space, the astronauts will see, through its windows, the Earth shrinking into a small blue and white marble, while the Moon grows from a bright disk into a heavily cratered world. On about the 6th day of the mission, as the spacecraft cruises beyond the Moon, the crew are expected to witness a total solar eclipse from deep space. The Moon will completely cover the Sun's bright face to reveal its normally concealed, shimmering halo, with the Earth seen to one side.
Palab Ghosh with that report. That's the latest BBC News.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, tough, hey, strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start. Syntax start.
This Easter Monday, the biggest kids festival, Indomie Fest. It's making its second stop in Accra, and it's going to be epic. Get ready to turn up with your favorite Indomitables, Sweeney, Swifty, Big Boy, Vision, and Stretchy, with Crystal bringing the energy as your MC. Enjoy danceable live performances from Lasmin, Mr. Drew, Sistefia, DGL Academy, and many more. Turn up with the whole family on the 6th of April for lots of exciting moments, giveaways, and yummy Indomie. Yes, don't dull. Buy a ticket at 20 Ghana cedis, 3 at 50 Ghana cedis, and for a family of 6 at 100 Ghana cedis. Or simply dial *714 *57# or visit vtickets.com to grab yours. For inquiries, call 055-835-1819. See you at Good Park. Indomie tastes great.
Imagine giving birth without clean water. No water to wash hands, no sanitation, no hygiene. Yet, this is the reality for thousands of mothers every day. When healthcare facilities lack clean water, mothers and newborns face life-threatening infections. But this crisis has a solution. Clean water, decent toilets, good hygiene in every healthcare facility. Leaders have made promises. Now is the time to keep them. It's time to deliver clean water for every woman, every baby, every future. Follow WaterAid Ghana on social media. Raise your voice. It is time to deliver.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680 884 or 0307 086 370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Ajua, challenge these days new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I dey your side, Fidelity.
Pay small, small, drive covered.
Charlie, my guy. Hey, driving these days be sweet oh. No pressure, everything's smooth.
Ah, look at you smiling early morning. What's making life so easy like that?
Simple. I'm using Pay As You Earn Motor Insurance from Coronation.
Pay as you earn?
Yes, same trusted cover, but I pay monthly or quarterly. Just the way I prefer. It's about flexibility.
So I don't have to pay everything at once.
Only if you want to. And with every policy, 50% goes to support the National Road Safety Authority, helping to promote and improve safety on our roads. Visit ecoronation.com, select Pay As You Earn Motor Insurance, and fill out all required details. Pay with mobile money. Policy comes straight to your phone.
Pay small, small, drive covered.
Pay As You Earn Motor Insurance, a flexible option from Coronation.
Pay small, small, drive covered.
Accra, it's time! Celebrate Easter with Kitia and enjoy 25% off store-wide and up to 50% off selected items from April 1. Visit Kitia at Spintex Road or follow at Kitia Ghana on Instagram.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, San Cablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because San Cablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, San Cablo Electrical Cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, San Cablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds. With 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now San Cablo be the motto. San Cablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use San Cablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530-774-774. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Oh, I believe that there's a better shout in you than that. I want everybody that's ever been healed by that name, ever been delivered by that name, lift up your voice and shout, Jesus! Come on, call that name. Come on, call that name. Call that name. Come on, I need to hear a church. Call the name, Jesus. Woo.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Jesus, 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 Jesus,
what the fullness of the Godhead bodily. Jesus, He is the image of the invisible God. Our Sabbath, our rest. The Word made flesh, prophet, priest, and king. Unto you we sing. In Him dwelleth the fullness of the Godhead bodily. He is the image of the invisible God. Our Sabbath, our rest. The Word made flesh, prophet, priest, and king. Unto you we sing. Jesus, teacher, rabbi, with authority he spake parables that enlighten our eyes. Jesus, taught the pearl of great price, marriage feast, mustard seed, so accurate and precise. Jesus, taught the seed and the sower, the field with hidden treasure, vineyard and laborers. He's the lion and the lamb. He's the great I am. From the dead he's raised, exalted and praised. He's raised forever. There will never be another. Yeshua HaMashiach, the way, truth, and life. Said, blessed are they who hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Jesus said to the world, you're a light, shining in the darkness, a city on a hill. Jesus taught us how to pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The Lion and the Lamb is the great I am. From the dead he's raised, exalted and praised. He's raised forever. There will never be another. Yeshua HaMashiach, the way, truth, and life. Jesus, miracle worker to the winds and the waves. He said, peace be still. Like blind Bartimaeus, the deaf, the lame, and the lepers he healed. Jesus, the daughter of Jairus, the widow's son, and Lazarus, he raised from the dead. He's the lion and the lamb, he's the great I am. From the dead he's raised, exalted and praised. He's raised forever, there will never be another. The way, truth, and life.
Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Jesus, being at the whipping post, hangs on a cross. The disciples scattered when he needed them the most. Jesus declares it is finished. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Jesus descends into hell, confronts principalities and Lucifer fell. Jesus takes the keys of death, hell, and the grave, setting captives free, releasing the slaves. Jesus, on the third day he got up with all power in his hand. The Lion and the Lamb, he's the great I am. From the dead he's raised, exalted and praised. He's raised forever, there will never be another. Yeshua HaMashiach, the way, truth, and life.
show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Which was and is to come, Almighty, the first, the last, alive forevermore, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, Jesus, Alpha, Jesus, Omega, Jesus, 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 which was, Jesus, Jesus, to come, Almighty, Jesus, first, Jesus, the last, Jesus, alive forevermore, Jesus, Jesus, King, Jesus, the Lord, Jesus, Lord, Alpha, Omega, beginning and the end, which was and is to come, Almighty, the first, the last, alive forevermore, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, Alpha, Omega, beginning and the end, which was and is to come, Almighty, the first, the last, alive forevermore, the King of kings, the Lord of lords, the lion of the world, the great I am, let me praise, exalted and praised, he reigns forever,
show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Is required to cleanse, wash away medicine, to remove the stain within. We need a lamb with innocent blood. Is required to cleanse, wash away medicine.
Joy 99.7 FM.
We need a lamb with innocent. From Abel to John the Baptist, to the offering of bulls and lambs, only one blood could satisfy. Is the blood of the great I am. Though the cry of Abel's blood, whom can't sue, can't be heard. The mediator of the new covenant has a blood that speaks a better word. If you're working for the blood, that was shed on a tree. If you're working for the blood, cross the Calvary, that baptized me. Where would I be? If you're working for the blood, that was shed on a tree. If you're working for the blood, cross the Calvary, that baptized me. Where would I be? God brought Israel out of Egypt. The Pharaoh couldn't hold them no more. Israel ate a lamb and took the blood and put it on the post of the door. That blood covered and it kept them safe from the death angel in the land. But there's a Passover that's greater, with the blood of the Son of Man. That was held on a tree, on the cross of Calvary. Where would I be? That was held on a tree, on the cross of Calvary. Baptized me. Where would I be? In the blood, in the blood, in the blood, the blood of Jesus. In the blood, in the
blood of Jesus. Victory in the blood, liberty in the blood, joy in the blood of the Lamb.
Joy 99.7 FM.
In the garden of Gethsemane,
Coffee in your cup.
like sweat, the sun is faced with the cat of nine tails. And with the one whose blood has healing grace. There was blood from his head, blood from his side, blood from feet and hands. His blood was applied to the mercy seat to redeem sinful man. This is the new covenant, the New Testament. In his blood, God had plunged into this victory beneath the cleansing flood. This is the cup of blessing, communion with the body and the blood of Christ. Be washed in the blood of the One, the way, the truth, and the life. That was shed on a tree, on a cross at Calvary. That atoned for me. Where would I be? That was shed on a tree, on a cross at Calvary. That atoned for me. Where would I be? In the blood, in the blood of Jesus. In the blood, in the blood, freedom. In the blood of the Lamb. In the blood, in the blood, redemption. In the blood of Jesus. Victory. In the blood, liberty. In the blood, joy. Because the blood of the Lamb.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Save me, raise me, free me, redeem me, wash me, cleanse me, heal me, deliver me, keeps me, protects me, covers me, atones for me, enables me, empowers me, releases me, gives me victory.